Look over there in front of the elevator. We finally found a spy. Where are you taking him? Wait, can I still not get in? What do I do now? Just like shout from over here? Wait, how do I let him out? Maybe by leaving you alone, I'll get you out. You know, you might find your own way. Who am I to help you when you know what you're doing? Good morning and welcome to the Ryan Beardy live stream. Today is Saturday, April 30th. Today we're going to go over the gaming news, and it's quite a lot. Thank you always to Big B and Chuck for adding different articles that I can take a look at in the Discord. As always, every Saturday, most every Saturday because I missed last Saturday, I'll be going over the gaming news for the week, so if you have anything that you'd like to add, the link to the Discord is in the chat, and it'll be in the description once this goes on to YouTube. But we'll be going over a lot of gaming news. We're going to do Pokemon Colosseum, and then not captured on stream. After this, I'm going to be going to a retro game shop to, for the first time in a while, trade in some games and buy some new games. So I'll probably post my findings later today because I'm excited to do that. But yeah, let's get right into it. How are you today, Chuck? Welcome to the stream. The very first thing on our list is our favorite otaku assassin returns. Travis Touchdown has been forced out of retirement to defend not only Santa Destroy, but Earth itself. Bring on the Beam Katana and take on Travis's toughest challenge yet in No More Heroes 3. Coming this fall for PS4, PS5, Xbox, and PC. So this is interesting to me because I thought it was going to be, well, I guess not forever, but this was a Nintendo Switch exclusive, and that does tend to happen. Now that I think about it, I think that last spin-off game is still only on Switch. But the original No More Heroes 1 and 2 were released on Wii. I know at least 2 got ported to PS3, but it wasn't a good port. But I think I would trust these ports this time around because different technology. No More Heroes 3 was made for the Switch, and I'm sure it's a lot easier to port something from Switch to Xbox and PlayStation than it is to do the Wii and PS3, because even the PS3 was really hard to develop for. I remember developers saying that they had a lot of trouble making games for the PlayStation 3. So I got physical copies because I think they were limited print for No More Heroes 1 and 2, and I would love to stream them actually because they seem like fun games to stream. Whether or not I do that, I still want to play these games soon. But I realized that the Switch versions were probably the best versions that I'd be able to get for the first 2 games. They're clearly better optimized than their original Wii releases. So I've been a stickler for graphics lately. So I'm wondering, should I get the Switch version of No More Heroes 3 or just get the PS5 or Series X version? And I think when I do make the choice, I will probably get the PS5. It looks like they're big box games. I wonder if there's any store listings. Let me see if I can find that. Said just playing Hades since 5 a.m. Man, you've been on that grind. I respect that. So No More Heroes 3. Let's try PS5. I guess there's no listings for them yet. Maybe this IGN article will give me a little bit more info. Xseed Games, which previously handled PC ports of No More Heroes, I didn't even know these games were on PC, announced pre-orders for the new Upgrade Day 1 edition on Friday. No More Heroes 3 was first released in 2021. Okay, so this doesn't link article or store pages either. So I'm gonna last resort. So there's a Switch. If I do GameStop, So there's probably not listings for it yet. I only see the Nintendo Switch version. But it says coming this fall, so there's plenty of time to update listings. But that's a neat surprise. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is actually, they didn't... First, let me get to the release date. Is in the summer. That's pretty crazy. Xenoblade Chronicles 3, I think, has only had one trailer prior to this. So it's cool that... I guess it's smart that they started teasing, releasing the game close to release. Because let's see if I can find when the first Xenoblade 3 trailer... So Xenoblade Chronicles 3 announcement trailer was in February. So 4 months later, I guess 4 or 5 months later, because it's at the end of the month, the game's ready to come out. So that's awesome. I won't be playing this game myself, but I just really like the protagonist design. I guess it just reminds me so much of SMT4's protagonist that, well, that and I like Chronicle 1's character art, but 2 didn't really sit with me, and beyond that, it was inconsistent with the, I don't know the term for it, but the characters that are attached to your weapons. They were very wildly different. And even in, if I want to keep comparing it to SMT for some reason, there have been different designers for the demons in SMT, like Kazuma Kaneko is the main one. But there's currently a new person designing demons for the series, and they still thematically feel, you can tell with some of them if you like take a close eye on it, but generally they all fit the theme pretty well. So when I saw Xenoblade Chronicles 2 with the just, again, it's a lot of personal preference, and personal that I don't like the character designs, but like I think it's fair to say that the sword characters designs felt a little inconsistent. But this seems a lot closer to the first Xenoblade, and I think, in my opinion, it'll be better for it, for what my opinion's worth. But that's all I wanted to say, is like, this game is quickly coming out. I hope it's good. I'm sure it will be, because a lot of people liked Xenoblade Chronicles 2. It spurred a very large, I don't know, a large following of fans. Fire Emblem Three Houses and Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I believe, sold really well. So I'm glad that they're continuing to give fans more game. The Fire Emblem's doing another Musou spinoff, which is interesting. But here for Xenoblade, they're getting a brand new title in the summer, so good for them. Comes with a collector's edition. But neat stuff. Digimon Survive. So last time Big B sent me a Digimon Survive article, there wasn't a lot to it. I think it was just a teaser trailer. There should be 2 articles here too, one for the West and one for... So, because I thought this was the same article right before I went live, I was looking at this. So Digimon Survive launches July 28th in Japan. Strategy RPG, that's basically it. Launches the 29th in the West. As recently confirmed, the game will launch on PS4 and Switch on the 28th in Japan. So, this is a producer message. So, hello everyone, my name is Kazumasa Habu, and I'm the producer of Digimon Survive at Bandai Namco. Sorry to keep you waiting on updates for Digimon Survive, but today I'd like to provide you some exciting news. The release date... That's all it is. Okay, so it's just an announcement, but I haven't seen much aside from like a single trailer, so maybe that's the opposite. I did compliment, I really like the cutscene art direction that they're going for. It's very well lighted, and it reminds me of the Famicom Detective remakes that I still need to play. So that's cool, good for them. Here's kind of a big one. Sonic Origins. So I suppose with the success of Sonic Mania, we're now moving to remaking the first 3 Sonic games, which have been already on every single platform known to man. So I'm fine with that, again, for the right price. But the cool thing about Sonic Origins is that they are... I think they're using the basis for the iOS ports because those have already seen these additions done, but those ports have been mysteriously like locked to iOS and mobile. But the thing was, they weren't being updated. So what I think is happening is they're taking those versions of the game and further, quote, remastering them. I mean, like, again, they're better than just main ports. You're getting widescreen, you're getting, I think, 60 frames. Let's go back in and look through the highlights. But it's Sonic 1, 2, 3, and Knuckles, and Sonic CD. So let me see what they actually say about... So 4 fully remastered titles, with widescreen, with 60 frames, with playing as Knuckles built in. There's some levels exclusive to the mobile versions. Oh, that's right, they did finish, there was a couple levels that were never released. Yeah. That's cool. The playing as Knuckles is added to all the games. Is he added to Sonic CD, I wonder? I believe it was Christian Whitehead who worked on the original mobile ports for Sonic, and that's why he went on to further work on Sonic Mania down the line. I like the ability to choose between the new and the old versions. That's great. I like all this extra side content. Nothing will beat Sonic... Was it Sonic Mega Collection? But again, I'm happy just with the idea that if Sonic games are going to be ported to every console ever, I'm glad that they're releasing them in a form where they get they get benefits. They get widescreen 60 frames, playing as Knuckles, like, even if it's minor, like, that's something I noticed was with Devil May Cry. With each subsequent re-release of Devil May Cry, even if it's a port to another console of a remastered version, they keep adding stuff to it. So, like, you have the normal release, you have the next release where you can play as Virgil, there's the HD version, and then there's the HD version on Switch, which, not to their credit, they sell separately, but on the Switch version, you can do co-op with Dante Virgil in the Endless mode. So I like that with these. It's kind of a similar thing where they're re-releasing Sonic, but they're giving it that just one step further. They're doing, one step thing. Except they removed the Switch port teaser on the website, and I'm worried. Oh. The other thing I wanted to bring up was how awful... If you want to see... Let me find it first. Ugh. So this is the website for Sonic Origins. You can pre-order it. It'll say classically... Alright, let's read. Mirror mode, which I think is just playing the levels facing the other way. So you said they removed... Here's Switch on the official website. Unless there was a teaser just for the Switch or trailer just for the Switch version. So this is something that I want to be left in the past. Is basically a guide to how to purchase Sonic Origins. It's like, these games are so old, and yet we're still re-releasing old games with DLC. This is just so gross to look at to me. Where it says choose a platform, they got rid of Switch coming soon. Let's see. Pre-order. Oh yeah, they did. PS4, Xbox, Xbox One, Steam, and Epic. Okay, interesting. I mean, I would wait for the Switch version myself if I were to get this game. But gone are the days of, like, making game buying simple, and instead we're making it not only complicated, but, like, trying to, like, penny pinch for something that's, a 20-year-old game. And I need to just, like, take the time out. So there's Standard Edition, which gets you the main game. 100 bonus coins included with pre-order. And they really try their best to make this stuff, like, interesting. Like 100 bonus coins, apparently you can use coins to buy bonus artwork and trailers and bonus, like, just like bonus content, kinda. Mirror mode unlockable in-game. So, something that you can already get in-game is an unlockable pre-order. Letterbox background, which is literally just the 2 black bars above and below. Which apparently doesn't say you can unlock in-game. So they're trying to entice you with a pre-order to get you a letterbox background. And then the Premium Fun Pack, which I love the wording there. Premium Fun Pack gets you hard missions. So, letterbox background, character animation in the main menu, camera controls over the main menu islands, character animations during music islands. They're selling this separately. You have to purchase hard mode because now we're charging people for difficulty settings. And we're charging them for animations. That is so crazy. Additional music tracks from Mega Drive Genesis titles. So, not even stuff that's probably played in the game. It's probably in a sound test mode. I hate this so much. If you're gonna sell me something that's a celebration of Sonic's earlier games, why are you trying to piecemeal it out and charge me? Just get rid of all this, make one version, and then just make it slightly more expensive than what you were planning to do. People will still buy it. But when I see this chart, it just frustrates me that it's just exhausting. Trying to get somebody to buy Sonic Origins and showing them this is just frustrating. Like, a lot of it is fluff. 100 bonus coins, something you can unlock early in the game, charging somebody separately for hard mode, a letterbox background, character animations, camera control. It's fluff. It's fluff, it's meaningless, and it's confusing. Like, I don't know how much this is being sold for. Does it? So, standard edition is $40. This should be $45. Come on. Come on. Come on. Really? $40, $45. $5 difference. Get rid of this chart. Just sell people Sonic Origins with everything for $45. I don't know. I'm at a loss for words. I remember when Ubisoft did a lot of this with Assassin's Creed. I wonder if I can even pull it up. Because this was the worst. I remember they did it with Odyssey. This is just disgusting to look at, this kind of stuff. You got the Ultimate Digital Edition, the Gold Steelbook, the Gold Digital, the Deluxe, and the Standard. Alright, rant over. Because I just thought we left this stuff back in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but apparently Sega wants to bring it back. But otherwise, strictly speaking with the game, like, I can't be mad. I'm happy to have better versions of existing older games, because you can always improve in them. You can always improve in them, and you can always give players the option to play the improved versions, or play the original, which they do. There's a, they called it an anniversary mode and a classic mode. So classic mode and anniversary. So this is the most I could ask for, is giving players the option and just including all this bonus content. Moving on. The new animations tie each game into the next when you beat them in order. I can't wait. They're just taking away from a product to sell you it for $5 more. It's so weird. It's so weird. Square Enix files trademark for 4 Yorha in Europe. So on April 19th, 2022, Square Enix filed a trademark for For Yorha in Europe. Additionally, on the same day as the For Yorha trademark, also filed a trademark for Triangle Strategy in Europe. However, it should be noted that For Yorha is the same name of a series of DLC that was available in Nier Replicant. This DLC allowed consumers to access Nier Automata's inspired costumes. During the Nier Automata 5th anniversary event, Square Enix announced the production of an anime based on the game. A short trailer was provided alongside the announcement. However, it simply provided a look at the potential art style for the anime. No animation was shown. The Nier Automata anime was announced to be in production in February 2022. Since the release of Nier Automata, the series has found success. This success has produced a remaster of Nier Replicant and the mobile title Reincarnation. The remaster features, okay. So, this doesn't mean a whole lot to me. It says that it's the name of the DLC for Nier Replicant. I guess the only thing to summarize is, I mean, Nier Automata made Yoko Taro and like the Nier series really popular. And they seem to be continuing to use that momentum with the remaster of Nier Replicant, which I still haven't played yet. Maybe I'll try to get to it this year. And the animation, which I'm interested in. They've also did Voice of Cards, and I think Voice of Cards 2 is out too. They like released them like very, almost back to back, which this doesn't talk about. So it'll be, I guess it's good that they're just taking the momentum and continuing to release stuff for Nier. Bug Snacks. Look out, it'll be the next game we play on stream. Heads up. Spoilers. They're doing a Switch physical release for Bug Snacks, which I've had the physical PS5. They've previously released that. So I already own a copy of Bug Snacks for PS5, but having it now on Switch and maybe PS4 for the first time. I know they may have done it digitally for PS4. But they're doing this in tandem with the big update that they just released, I think this week. April 28th, so actually yesterday. 2 days ago. Today's the 30th. So 2 days ago they released the Isle of Big Snacks. And I want to play through this game, so I'm going to stream through it. I was waiting for this big update to come through. But if anybody's interested, there is now reproduction of... There's pre-orders for Switch, PS5, and PS4. Mine didn't even come with all this cool stuff. I got a Best Buy pre-order. So get it while you can. Does it include a download code? I don't know what this is in the back. And it doesn't tell you what it comes with either. Other than pictures. They just showed a nice little, I took a look at this before. They tend to do this with Atlas games in general, where they just showcase very small things about the game. But Soul Hackers 2 got another short trailer, probably plenty more that weren't linked here. But just showing off some of the animation, the art style, a little bit of the combat, which I could super analyze. I like the, I suppose this is a damaged enemy, has some sort of like digital effect on them, which I really like thematically. That looks cool. I even like the main character's like disco shirt. It looks awesome. I really like that design. She looks like Girl Boss CEO mixed with like an EDM fest costume. It's a cool modern look that I think this game's doing good with so far with style. But that's cool. That'll come out. I think that's coming out in August. Bigby sent me this, and I read the first comment. I read a comment when I watched this. And it was like, I watched this whole thing. Where's the gameplay? I have no clue what kind of game it is. I think that's the one I read. And I felt the same way. So, Eternal Threads. While this plays, I want to look up what exactly this is. Because I only saw the trailer. And it didn't really show much. So Eternal Threads is a single-player, first-person, story-driven puzzle game of time manipulation, choice, and consequence. Is there something more I can look into? Eternal Threads, formerly known as The Seer, is a puzzle video game developed by Cosmonaut Studios and published by Secret Mode. So Cosmonaut Studios has worked on just Eternal Threads. So I wonder what caught Big B's eye about this game, because it doesn't show any gameplay, and the only game developed that Cosmonaut Studio has worked on is this game. But I'm going to double check that fact. Indie developer Cosmonaut Studios in Liverpool. Yeah, we'll have to have another conversation about it with Big B, but this is their website. It just says, we're currently developing our first game, Eternal Threads, for PC, PS4, and Xbox One. So not a whole lot to talk about. But indie developer, we love. So best of luck. Temtem had a huge update, one of its last biggest updates before the retail release. And there's some really exciting stuff in here. A lot of it was housekeeping in terms of how they can make things easier on their server side for hosting the game, and how they can kind of not take away from the player experience. So there were problems with account sharing as far as I think people power leveling. I'm going to be very brief with this, maybe just read all of the bold print, because I read it in detail when they posted this. So all primary accounts that have purchased Temtem automatically have Temtem Plus without any additional costs. This includes past accounts that have already purchased the game and any future accounts that purchase the game. So basically there is a quote-unquote premium. When you buy the game, you get a premium account. I'm making the eye contact right now into the camera. What's up? Anyway, so they're doing a quote-unquote premium account for, apparently, which I didn't know, you can have multiple files on a Temtem game, which is good for them, but players were abusing it. So now what they're doing is having you pay for additional accounts, which is fine, because I think they explain it pretty well. They just want people not to abuse the system. It just gives you, and you can still play the entirety of the game without buying Temtem Plus. It just limits your trading, it limits your storage, and it limits chat. So it keeps people from making a new account, saying something toxic, and you know, instantly getting banned, repeating and doing the same thing. It also stops people from trade abusing, things like that. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support and the words of encouragement. So I think that is a reasonable, especially because you can play the entire game without purchasing Plus. I think it is a good compromise in order to make things easier on the oversight on their end and the player use on the other end. Because you'll always have one player with a full account anyway. I didn't see a price. This says the DLC won't show up for purchases on those platforms. On the pertinent platforms, you'll be able to purchase Temtem Plus from the settings menu under the account section. Alright, Temtem storage rework. Same thing here with, it had to do with their server storage. We've been working on a rework for the entire storage system that will allow us to provide more storage space at no extra cost. Doubles the available Temtem from 30 to 600. So there are a lot of different players in Temtem with different needs. The peeps who play Temtem in a single-player campaign-focused game don't usually max out their Tem deck. The friends who are stuck forever Amnesia don't need 600 slots. So it locks it to progression so that those who don't go far in the game don't need that extra space. And it, again, has the priority depending on what you're into. So I thought, again, that was a really good compromise because it is tied to your progression. And speaking of progression, they now have cross save or cross progression, which I am super excited about because I was going to buy this game a second time on my Switch anyway once the retail release came out. So now that I can do cross progression between my PC copy of the game and my Switch copy of the game, I just take my money even more. It's a really great thing to have. I'm excited. Like, I was fine with rebuying it on Switch and playing it for fun on a different account and doing most of my stuff on PC. But having the ability to cross progress means that I can do a lot of just random things on my Switch and go onto my PC, and what I'm interested in is competitive battling. So I'll be able to do that as well. Like, do the more tedious, fun, casual stuff on my Switch, and then sit in front of my computer, do whatever I need to do to like get into competitive that way. Temtem is not on Switch right now. So Temtem is still in early access, and only Steam and only PS5 lets them release stuff on early access. So right now it's only on those platforms. When the 1.0 version releases, and this recent update is 0.9, so it's the last big update before retail. Once the game hits retail, it'll be on PC, Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch. So I'll be buying it a second time once I get it on Switch. They added mounts, which I just real briefly, you don't run into encounters and you'll go faster. So it's a late game item, and I like the convenience that the late game brings. Dojo Wars give another end game weekly goal, and it also makes use of the multiplayer and guilds. I am not going to go into the details because it's very specific for our topic here, but I think that they're just adding a lot of elements between the dojos and between the trade house, and just the competitive multiplayer that the game has already been focused on up to this point. There are also dungeon raids, so it's giving you a lot of social content to keep you hooked on the game even after you beat it. So that solves the trade house. Stickers are a little bit more collectibles. And then since then they've did a 1.0 patch improving some more stuff, which I don't feel I need to get into right now. But for your sake, Temtem's a great game. It is getting closer and closer to retail, and I'm excited. Here's one thing that I was pleasantly surprised by. Remember a while back we had the conversation on how weird it was that Nintendo's expansion pack just had... There was the basic, and then the expansion pack had 64 Genesis and Animal Crossing expansion. And I was thinking, what a weird hodgepodge of benefits to the expansion pack. And I didn't fully support it. But the further we go, the more I actually start to like this, the more I start to like this idea. It seems like the expansion pack is going to double as giving you all of the DLC to Nintendo's most popular titles. So it gives you access to Animal Crossing Happy Home Paradise, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Pass, and now it's giving you access to Splatoon 2's Octo expansion. So it's good for the consumer, and it's good for Nintendo, it seems, because they can put this effort into making DLC for all of those games and get people to pay the extra price for the expansion pack. And it'll make the fans, to benefit Nintendo, it'll make the fans purchase these games. Like, to get the most out of the expansion pack, oh, I don't have Mario Kart 8 yet, I might as well buy it. Oh, I don't have Animal Crossing, might as well buy it. Splatoon, why not? So, I kind of like it. Even if you don't play a particular game, if they consistently add their game's DLC expansions into this expansion pack, then I think that starts to give it value. And it's something that hasn't really been done before, because back in the day we had DLC, then we had season passes, now we have roadmaps, but nobody's ever done a subscription for DLC. I guess the direct competition would be Game Pass or PlayStation Plus Premium, which in that regard are probably better services. But Again, I'm not fully in favor of this idea, but I see what they're doing now. Because when we had that conversation, it was Nintendo 64, Happy Home Paradise, and Genesis. Now I'm starting to get an idea that if they continue to add more game packs, DLC packs to it, it starts to make sense. I don't know, this sounds like a compliment. I don't know if it is long term, but now I start to see what they're doing. Where before I had no idea what they were doing and I thought they were crazy. So now I see what they're doing with these games expansions. What is this? Okay, that's gameplay. Splatoon 3 is set to splash down on Nintendo Switch September 9th. They do a really good job marketing Splatoon. I hope that they have some pre-release events like they have with Splatoon 1 and Splatoon 2. I mean, from the start, they said they would add more over time. So are specifically for game DLC or for Nintendo 64 and Genesis? Because I know that they're going to keep adding to the classic games, but I didn't know they were going to keep adding DLC. Maybe they did. But that's cool. I don't know if I'm going to get Splatoon 3 on launch. I've had a hard time convincing myself to get Nintendo Online, because I don't think it's worth it to me. I enjoy Splatoon's single-player modes, but what I enjoy more is the multiplayer. But as it stands, I still, even then, don't really want to play, because I have a love-hate relationship with Splatoon. Because I really wish their multiplayer was set up more similarly to something like, you know, Call of Duty's lobby-based matchmaking, where you get into a lobby with a friend, then you start your lobby, and then you get matched on the same team. With Splatoon, it is so hard to consistently play a game with your friend. And I don't feel like going into a long rant about it, but one person has to join a game, and then players have to join off of that. If the game remains full, then they have to keep waiting until somebody leaves. And then, even when you match, you could be on the other team. The only way to consistently go against that is to have everybody play ranked together. And that's not something I want to do. So, I wish the matchmaking was there in terms of how it already existed, like 10 years ago on Xbox. I don't think it'll change with Splatoon 3, because Splatoon 1 and 2 both did the same thing. Who knows? I'd like to be wrong. The first Tiny Tina's Wonderland DLC has been dubbed one of the worst Gearbox has ever dropped. The game just came out and it's already getting DLC. Not only is like Borderlands a super grindy game in its own right, but like they just grind out what feels like similar content. Let's see. Conflicted Tiny Tina's Wonderlands players are praising an excellent patch alongside several underwhelming DLC drops. Alongside the game's latest patch, while the patch is a lengthy list of bugs and balance fixes, Foiled Captors has been labeled little more than a one-note expansion to the game's current endgame mode, Chaos Chamber. On the game's subreddit, user Fable Turtle described the DLC a Chaos Chamber but with extra steps. You can barely call this a premium DLC, it should have been free. Well, I don't have much to say particularly because I haven't really been into Borderlands lately, and I'm unaware of... I've seen a little bit of gameplay for this game, and it seems like it's more of the same, which is how Borderlands has always been. The thing to contrast that is that with the new D&D aesthetic, they put more depth into skills and magic along with guns. So there's like a little bit there to mix it up, but at the end of the day, it's still more Borderlands. And the fact that they're charging $10 for what seems like a more grindier version of an existing mode does seem disappointing. Koei Tecmo is following Capcom and Bandai Namco in raising employees' base salaries. Ooh. At the same time, I want to talk about, I think it was Game Freak that said they were going to do 4-day work weeks. So Koei Tecmo has become the latest Japanese game publisher to significantly increase staff salaries. In order to improve employee job satisfaction, the Dynasty Warriors maker has announced plans to introduce an average 23% increase in base salary. And in addition to regular performance bonuses, Koei Tecmo said it's introducing a special bonus to reward employees for early achievement of its midterm management plan. Alright, that's nothing but a good thing. Effective this month, Capcom raised employees' base salaries by 30% in Japan. That's great. Love that for them. Let me see if I can find the Game Freak 4-day work week. Game Freak implementing optional 4-day week to help with childcare. Pokemon developer Game Freak is implementing an optional 4-day work week to accommodate the childcare needs of its employees. According to a translated press release, the initiative is being described as a selective weekly 3-day system that allows workers to take an extra weekly holiday on top of their weekend off. Game Freak said the system will allow eligible employees to choose their own way of working and will be made available to full-time staff who have childcare or nursing needs. So, a little more restrictive than I would have liked. Those taking advantage of the system will be handed a pay reduction that accounts for the additional time off. Game Freak wants to be an autonomous manufacturing group. Okay, so it doesn't seem like 410. Like, I guess it's comparing it to an American work week is a little bit different because, for instance, I had worked 5/8s in the past and now I work 410s. And I think generally at most jobs, you're not busy every second of the day, so it makes sense to give workers more flexibility to make them happier workers. So when I read the headline, implementing optional 4-day week to help with childcare, it's not the same thing as where I think we should go, but it's still a step forward, and it is Japan, so Japan has a hard time with overworking its employees, and the work culture there seems to be a little bit crazier. I'm generalizing and comparing, but for the sake of this, I think this seems to be, again, it's just restricted to people with childcare and nursing needs, so not as flexible as I would like, but still a step forward. The goal is a 4-day work week while keeping the same pay. Yeah, exactly. You shouldn't be punishing people for trying to take advantage of a 4-day work week. It should just be a standard. It shouldn't be available just to certain people. New adventure, new characters, new tales. An all-new Tales from the Borderlands is coming in 2022 from Gearbox and 2K. Not too much to talk about there. When did the last Tales from the Borderlands come out? 2014. Is there a sequel that's already out? No, there isn't. So 2014 was... been a long time then. Guilty Gear got its new story update, which I am not interested in. Guilty Gear Strive, another story update announcement. I believe it's within the same timeline, but it's a free update that includes some of the DLC characters too, so that's neat. We are now Gearbox Publishing. More Gearbox. We are excited to announce that we are now Gearbox Publishing. In early 2022, we were presented with a great opportunity to expand our horizons and extend our reach in the video game world. Our goal has always been to help publish high-quality games that create lasting impressions, and Embracer Group has stepped up to help us achieve this vision. Within Embracer, we've been placed in the loving care of Gearbox Publishing wing of games. Couldn't be happier to join their family. Despite the name change, our organization employees' product passion remain the same, just with a new makeover. You'll begin to see new branding for our games, replacing the Perfect World Entertainment logo with the Gearbox Publishing one. All of our games will continue to be published. When does this take effect? Okay. I don't have much to say because I'm not too familiar with Gearbox or Embracer Group. Maybe it's stuff I'll have to look into another time. Something I'll have to do for another time. But it seems like they have bought Gearbox. House of the Dead remake heading to Xbox, PlayStation, and PC next week. Following Switch release earlier this month. Okay. I didn't know this existed. Retro Spruce Up House of the Dead remake is making a jump from Switch to PlayStation, Xbox, and PC next Friday. Developed by Forever Entertainment and Megapixel Studio, which previously collaborated on the similar Panzer Dragoon remake, which I have looked into a little bit. This updated version of Sega's beloved 1997 arcade rail shooter delivers all the ludicrous zombie blasting action of the original. Okay, cool. Let me watch this trailer a little bit, because I didn't know this existed. Well, the Switch has pointer, I forget the new term for it, but there's a new type of pointer control for the Switch version. It's probably going to be the best version to get, because I think before this was only on Dreamcast, maybe on Sega Saturn. But now I want to play this, because I've never played the original. Sounds like a good time. Oh, maybe with PC would be fun, because that's a mouse. Maybe that'd be the easiest way to play it. Chained Echoes launches in Q4 2022, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Alright, let's get the details. Publisher. I want developer. Developed by Matthias Linda. Is a video game developer headquartered in North Germany. It's also known for Chained Echoes. So another thing where the only title that this person has developed, or this team has developed, is the game that will be coming out soon. So let's see. Take up your sword, channel your magic, and board your mech. Chained Echoes, 16-bit Super Nintendo style RPG. Let me take a look. Ooh, I already love that art. So Super Nintendo inspired JRPG, can't go wrong with that. Looks active time battle, maybe. Can't, oh no, there's a turn order at the top, so it's turn-based. So when does this come out? Those are some huge sprites. Oh, those are mechs, that's why. It did say something about mechs. That's cool. It comes out... Burr. Okay, alright, that didn't help. Comes out this year. Nintendo US reportedly received thousands of faulty Joy-Cons each week at height of drift issues. Okay, so this is at the height. I saw this title and I was wondering, are they having issues again? Because I thought they worked, they not fixed it, but they made it very less prevalent. So Switch Joy-Con controllers have become notorious for their... Oh, this also reportedly received... Okay, so one more degree of separation. Lawsuits have been held over the issue. The EU has pledged to investigate, and Nintendo's president has even formally apologized. A new report, though, shines additional light on the extent of the issue, claiming that Nintendo's US arm was receiving easily thousands of faulty Joy-Cons a week for repair at the height of the problem. That's according to a new report by Kotaku, which, citing a former supervisor at the Switch repair facility, claims the volume of repairs got so high, with hundreds of faulty controllers arriving each day, that work became very stressful. Yeesh. Nintendo's initial response to the Joy-Con drift problem reportedly saw the company providing replacements for customers' faulty Joy-Cons between 2017 and 2018. However, that policy is said to have eventually changed, and repair staff were then required to repair every set of Joy-Cons received. The mandated pace of repairs reportedly requiring as many as 90% of units to be fixed in 4 days. Reported exacerbating the issue was a lack of senior expertise within the team, blamed on the high turnaround of temporary employees from supplier Aerotech. Joy-Con drift has dodged the Switch since its release in 2017, but last year Nintendo saw announcing it had improved the controller's problematic analog stick, making the hardware changes enhance durability, improving reliable testing. Okay. Nintendo says it's improved Joy-Con analog stick, but wear is unavoidable. Yeah, back in the day. It's gotten better, I suppose. I haven't heard a lot of people talk about Joy-Con drift lately, but it was a very popular topic of discussion back in the day. LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga sets record for biggest global launch in franchise history. The newest LEGO game sold 3.2 million copies in its first 2 weeks and surpassed sale record. Biggest launch in the history of the LEGO series for the console, at least. It sold through 3.2 million units over the first 2 weeks and surpassed sales records on every platform, region, and edition. A lot of my friends who... That's my scale. Like, a lot of my friends play the same games all the time. Like, a lot of MMOs, a lot of live service games. And when I see them playing a LEGO game, or just any different game in particular, that's when I know it sells well. It happened with Elden Ring, it happened with Star Wars. It probably happened with a couple other games, but that's when I know. I also saw a lot of clips circulating around for this game of people just breaking the combat system and doing some really crazy stuff with it. I haven't seen any gameplay myself. I've played the first 2 ever LEGO Star Wars games, but this one seems to take a different approach. Seems to be a lot more open and free, and instead of, with multiplayer, it does split screen instead of sharing a screen. So it's just structured differently. But it looks fun. I like I said, I did enjoy LEGO Star Wars. That's something that maybe I'd like to revisit sometime down the line, because I know they've had a definitive release of the original LEGO Star Wars games. And it'd be cool to see then and now where it is. This headline made me wince. Sony is also reportedly planning to put ads in PlayStation games. According to a new Business Insider report, the move is designed to incentivize developers to continue making free-to-play titles by giving them a way to monetize them. It's claimed Sony hasn't decided yet if it'll take a cut of the ad revenue, and that it could charge partners for data on consumer behalf in PlayStation games. The platform holder is said to currently be testing a software program that would allow developers to create in-game ads ahead of their planned introduction later this year. The goal is for ads to appear like they're part of the game, like digital billboards and sports stadiums. The report claims formats could include ads that give viewer rewards for watching ads and promotions like in-game items like avatar skins. Business Insider recently reported that Microsoft is cooking up similar plans to put adverts in free-to-play games, which may not involve the Xbox maker taking a cut of the ad revenue. Last summer, FIFA publisher Electronic Arts now reports that it was planning to include in-game video ads in its console games, following incorrect reports suggesting that we are looking to introduce TV-style commercials into our games. We wanted to clarify that in-game advertising for console games is not something we're currently looking at, or have signed any agreement to implement. So some of this stuff has been done very badly. I remember there was a boxing game that in between rounds would actually show an ad on screen, like a commercial on screen. And that's not saying, and the boxing stadiums in real life have ads plastered on them, and the ones in that game had it as well. So it was just kind of everywhere you look. The only thing I have to say in the favor of doing this is that it's for free-to-play games. So whatever you can do to keep a game free. Good morning, Bigby. Because the thing is, the sad fact is, you make your game more accessible to players just by making it free-to-play. And if you've downloaded something for free, I do think to an extent you have free reign on how to monetize it. And I don't like it, but I think it's fair, you know? Putting billboards, real life ads in-game billboards, or like shirts with advertisements on it. Again, there's ways that I think it's acceptable and ways that I think it's not. And by making a game free to play, I think you have that ability. But when, like I said, I don't remember what boxing game it was, but it was a full price title that had ads not only in the ring, but in between rounds. And that is not cool. I think they got backlash and had to remove those ads. But I think that's the extent of it. Like, I think if it's free to play, you have a right to monetize however you want. I think the thing that, because obviously I err on the side of being consumer friendly. It would be nice if there would be a way to pay to remove any kind of other monetization, just like YouTube. You watch YouTube for free, and instead of paying money, you give your time, and you give your time to those ad placements. And you can pay to have YouTube Premium to remove those ad placements. So I would like to see the option to remove that kind of stuff, but there's no incentive to do it because you can make more money not giving the option and just giving ads to everybody. If it's something inoffensive like Death Stranding with Monster Energy, I don't mind, but I don't want full commercials. Yeah, there's a way to do it right and there's a way to do it wrong. And it's worth having the discussion it's worth to have that discussion. But at the same time, I think the developer has more leeway if the game is free to play. And that's where games are leaning, just because you get a bigger player base by making your game free to play. So the trend is going to go in that direction, whether we like it or not. So we should have that conversation on what is acceptable and what is not. What's up, Scarecrow? Gaming indeed. The sad part of gaming. Yeah, because the opposite to this is indie games. Indie games have, generally speaking, indie games don't have a budget and they don't have a time frame of when they need to be released. So, and the priorities are different. Indie developers want to make something within their vision, whereas a bigger title wants to get in front of as many people as possible and wants to make as much money as possible. I'm generalizing a lot, but the not the incentives, but what each developer wants to do, the priorities of each developer is going to be different. Because even if you're chasing profit, you can still make a fun game that, like, I mean, League of Legends, Apex Legends, Fortnite, those are all still fun games that let me not do it. Those are all fun games. I say fun, but they are. Like, they're fun to a lot of people. They're in front of a lot of people because they're free, and they've found a way to monetize the games differently. League of Legends has you buy cosmetic skins. Fortnite has you buy cosmetics and battle passes. Games in the future might have billboards with real life ads in them. It's how it has to be, how things are right now. I'm doing good. Going over the gaming news. There's like one more Doomer post with Twitch, and then the rest is gaming. Sega has greenlit big budget Crazy Taxi and Jet Set Radio reboots. Interesting, because now we don't have a Crazy Taxi spiritual successor, but we have a Jet Set Radio one with Bomb Rush Cyberfunk. There has only been Jet Set Radio and Jet Set Radio Future, which Future was on the original Xbox. It has been some time. It would be really cool to see this. Let's get into the article. Sega is working on big budget reboots of Crazy Taxi and Jet Set Radio, according to a new report. Bloomberg cites sources which claim that its two reboots will be the first titles in the Sega Super Game Initiative, a 5-year strategy involving what VP Shuji Itsumi has previously called a development of AAA titles that cross over Sega's comprehensive range of technologies. According to the new report, both games are in early stages of creation and could yet be cancelled, but it's believed that a new Crazy Taxi has already been in development for more than a year. With the aim being to potentially release it in 2024-25. That's a long development cycle for an arcade-style game. I would love to know how it turns out, because then I would have to think it'd be a much bigger undertaking than just doing the same thing but again. Bloomberg's sources claim that Sega is using Fortnite as a template. I don't like that sentence. A template for what it intends to achieve with these games, with plans to make them free to play, available over a number of systems, multiplayer, featuring various items and events designed to encourage spending on microtransactions. I hate that sentence. Can we talk briefly about Chocobo Racing? Chocobo Racing was originally a PS1 game, if I remember right. Yeah, Chocobo Racing, and then they did it for modern consoles, but you pay for it, and then everything is locked behind microtransactions, or just constant grinding. That is such a horrible way to remake it. Even before that was Crash Bandicoot's Crash Team Racing, and that one released with no microtransactions, and then they added microtransactions post-launch, which is insane to me. And it seems like they want to do the same thing with Crazy Taxi, and I am not interested in that at all. We already have Crazy Taxi. It's on PC. If you want to play Crazy Taxi, just play the original and stay far, far away from a free-to-play, multiplayer, various items and events designed to encourage spending on microtransactions game. Earlier this month, Utsumi clarified Sega's plan for a Super Game Initiative, explaining that it actually refers to multiple games, that some of them could incorporate cloud or NFT tech. I'm vomiting. Multi-platform, global, multi-language development, simultaneous worldwide release. In other words, you can imagine that the scale of game development... So, okay, that's why it's taking so many years. Several projects are currently underway for Super Game. In my department, around 50 people are already involved in the initial stages. Original Crazy Taxi released in 1999. Yep. Okay. Alright. I don't like this. But that's okay, because we have Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, and we have the original Crazy Taxi, and I'm sure there's an indie-inspired Crazy Taxi game out there. Yeesh. A new Subnautica game is in early development. With so little to go on right now, it's unclear if it's a full sequel, a spin-off, or something different altogether, but a recent job advertisement for development studio Unknown Worlds hinted that the studio was seeking a narrative designer to shape the next game in the Subnautica universe. We're seeking a senior narrative designer to work on us to help shape the next game in the Subnautica universe. Come and join our fully remote studio and let's make a great game together. We do, however, get a clue that we're unlikely to see a new Subnautica installment release anytime soon. Okay, so there were 2 Subnautica games, the first one, and then it was Below Zero, something like that. And this is more so a post for a job opening, because, yeah, of course, the studio behind Subnautica is going to keep making games. That much is obvious, so very early, just posting a job description. We'll see where it goes. I would love to play Subnautica. I've heard a lot of good things about them. And it seems like even the world design of those games is really well thought out. Like, even telling a story using, like, the environment. So I would love to play those games and get an idea of what we're in for their next game. Here is the big one. We're going to read the full article first, and then we can have a discussion about it. Amazon's Twitch seeks to revamp creator pay with focus on profit. Twitch, the Amazon.com Inc. owned live streaming website, is weighing several changes on how it pays top talent, said people familiar with the planning, an effort that would boost its profits but would also risk alienating some of its biggest stars. The update under consideration would offer incentives for streamers to run more ads. The proposal would also reduce the proportion of subscription fees doled out to the site's biggest performers, said the people, who asked not to be identified because the discussions are private. Some changes to Twitch's monetization structure could be implemented as soon as this summer. Twitch staff is considered paring back the revenue cut of channel subscriptions granted by the top echelon of streamers in the so-called partnership program to 50 from 70. Another option is to create multiple tiers and set criteria for how to qualify for each one, two of the people said. In exchange, Twitch may offer to release partners from exclusivity restrictions, allowing them to stream on Google's YouTube or Facebook. Updates to the partnership program aren't finalized and could be abandoned, people said. A representative for Twitch declined to comment. Viewership for live videos of people playing video games has exploded in recent years. Twitch leads the market, but Amazon increasingly wants the site to make money over the long term. The unit has recently gone to work on new profit-driven programs, but some employees have said the shift hurts its users. There have been an exodus in recent months of top and longtime employees who said Twitch has lost touch with its community's needs, Bloomberg has reported. Twitch still has a large stable of stars, with more than 51,500 people in its partnership program, according to research from Twitch Tracker. Partners currently earn, in addition to subscriptions, a fee for running ads on their channel. That rate $3.50 to $5 for 1,000 ad impressions, depending on the streamer locations, has remained unchanged for years. Recently though, Twitch has experimented with other approaches to ads. This year, it said creators who stream at least 40 hours a month could receive $100 for running 2 minutes of ads per hour. The payout increases with more ads per minute. The new proposal being considered would create a revenue sharing arrangement, presenting a more lucrative model for streamers. Ads are controversial on the platform because they interrupt live programming Viewers often complain that they miss important moments of a streamer's gameplay, and performers have said ads can alienate the audience and hurt their metrics. But some Twitch streamers see ads as a necessary nuisance to support their business when subscriptions alone won't suffice. For Amazon, running a large-scale live streaming business is expensive. Amazon purchased Twitch in 2014 for $907 million, and after years of prioritizing growth, Twitch executives are increasingly focused on financial stability. Twitch's ads push in a line with a broad... Let me try that again. Twitch's ad push is in line with a broader move across the media industry. Last week, Netflix said it is experimenting with ads. Twitch leadership has discussed possible changes in its 10-year-old partner program for several years. Early discussions referenced performers' complaints about work-life balance. Some toil for as long as 12 hours a day. Twitch employees began tossing around the idea of offering healthcare benefits or the ability to pause subscriptions during a vacation so they wouldn't worry about losing patrons. The focus today is more on monetization, with Twitch established as the premier destination for game live streaming. Top talent has fewer alternatives to reach large audiences. In the past, YouTube and Facebook Gaming have offered enormous sums of money to lure top creators, but these deals are rare and not always successful. Several streamers returned to Twitch after their contracts were up with Facebook Gaming or Microsoft's now defunct Mixer. Okay, thank you for sticking with me. Content creation becomes more of a pipe dream all the time. Yeah, so a couple things. One, none of this is final. All of it is worth discussing. They are trying to push for more ads over subscriptions because users can only subscribe once and they can gift subs to other people one time. There's Amazon Prime. Basically, ads scale more, so there's more of a reason to push for ads rather than all of the other types of monetization they've pushed for. They did that boosting thing that didn't go well, where you could pay to boost a person's stream visibility. There is bits, there is subscriptions, other kinds of things. None of them more consistent than ads. And ads run counter to the live streaming medium because they interrupt the live stream, whereas like important things could be happening in that live stream that interrupt the user's viewing. Just tired of ads. Yeah, and it's not good for the user experience because, again, ads run counter to the live stream setup. You can go to YouTube, watch an ad before the video, still catch everything in the video. You can even run mid-roll ads and still not miss a thing. But when it comes to live streaming, it's a disruptive process. And let me show the highlights. Because the thing is, there is more active users on Facebook and YouTube in general. Like, Twitch is a really small platform when compared to YouTube and Facebook. But when it comes to the live stream gaming in YouTube and in Facebook, then Twitch is not only the bigger platform, but it is king of having this culture of gaming around it. You could talk to a lot of streamers and they'll tell you that the culture around the users on Twitch are much different than what you would find on Facebook and YouTube. And I tend to agree with that. Twitch started as a small grassroots, it was Justin TV, then Twitch, then it got bought by Amazon. Whereas Facebook and YouTube, they started their gaming live streaming scenes within the giants that they are. So Twitch does have this, what I'm going to call bullying power to make the changes that they want to. And it'll be interesting to see just how much, because Twitch turns a profit every year, but it's in the millions, and that's not enough for like Big Papa Amazon. So it's a drop in the bucket compared to the amount of money that Amazon makes in its other endeavors. Here's what they need to do. They need to give the viewer an incentive to watch ads over giving streamers an incentive to play ads. That's not a bad idea, honestly. So if they're pushing for ads, they need to do it in a way that doesn't interrupt the live stream formula. I don't know if they can do that. I was listening to, I recommend Devin Nash for a lot of like business talk, and Devin Nash goes over this exact topic a lot better than I do. So if you're interested, I definitely recommend this video here. But the best thing was, well, let's talk about monetizing, basically like the revenue split between Twitch and its broadcasters. Twitch has a much more unfair revenue split with its users. I believe YouTube, I guess I can't say specifically, I just know that it's better. So Twitch will serve ads to people and give Twitch streamers a very, very small percentage compared to YouTube and Facebook gaming. I think the only way to... So Twitch streamers want to have people buy subscriptions rather than watch ads because it's better for both parties. If Twitch is going to force people down the road of ads, which it seems like it's going to do because they can make more money doing it, then having a revenue split between, a better revenue split for ads between users and Twitch is probably going to be the best option around that. That way they can continue to make money even though subscription fees have gone down. The tier systems don't really do much, like it's not really clear what that is. No more exclusivity is a big thing, because if you're a Twitch affiliate or a Twitch partner, you cannot stream on other platforms. My streams are multi-streamed. I do it on Twitch and on YouTube. That way I'm exposed to a bigger audience, because at this level of streaming, exposure is more important to me than money. I just want to be in front of as many people as I can, you know, growing my channel rather than monetizing it. And exclusivity is a pretty crazy restriction to, even for partners, but especially for affiliates, that basically anybody can become an affiliate. It is a very harsh restriction in order to get smaller channels what they want, which is growth. So I think the best things for Twitch would be to remove exclusivity, and if they have to do ads, it would have to be giving Twitch streamers more money back through ads. I don't think there's a good way forward, because these changes are coming from a place of Twitch wanting more money. And Twitch wanting more money is going to be harder on... is going to be counter to what the users and the streamers want. So basically, I'm not a fan of this, moralistically, just because I don't like the push for more money from Amazon and Twitch, which is a bigger problem in itself and not one that can be productively solved within this conversation. It's coming from the idea of infinite growth, which is becoming more and more of a pain in the butt everywhere. Exactly. It's, yeah. It's not something that we can solve, but it's a hard mindset to get into. So it's a lose-lose for me. The only thing that they can do... another thing worth talking about is some of the... So a smaller streamer can make money mostly through donations, whereas a a large streamer gets more money from ads. So they can, I think the worst part, people reflexively look at this new revenue split from subscriptions from 70 to 50 and are worried about that. But only the top 1% of Twitch streamers are the ones making full-time income. So as long as they make changes for ads that benefit the streamer, then this can't necessarily be a bad thing. It could even be a good thing for the streamers monetarily, just in that regard. Like, they could make more money because they have more impressions on they have more viewers and make more impressions. Running more ads could make them more money. It's not what they want to do, but it's something that they're being forced to do. I know Hassan had a contract where he only has to run 1 minute of ads an hour, and he's locked into that contract, and he is the top streamer that runs the least amount of ads. But once that contract is over, then he has to fall in line with the new standard. The top 1% of streamers is people who have an average of 15 plus viewers, so it's actually a lot smaller than that. Yeah. The people making full-time income, yeah, is like you're saying, less than 1%. So as far as top streamers go, there is a way that they can make more money with these changes, but it's going to result in a poorer product for both the streamers and the viewers. And for the smaller streamers, I don't think it's gonna, I guess it will change more because of impressions and people leaving when they see an ad. It's just a fact that people, when they check out live streams, when they check somebody out new or they want to go from one stream to the other, Twitch always runs a pre-roll ad. And it's just a fact that people stop watching or change their minds when they're served that ad. Whereas you go to something like YouTube, and YouTube, you'll click on a video, it'll show you an ad. And if you click on the next video, it has this algorithm built in where it's like, oh, you were just served an ad, we're not going to serve you another ad. So the other thing is Twitch's infrastructure is not as good as YouTube's, both in how it serves its ads and when it serves its ads. So not only are these changes in the pursuit of profit, but the infrastructure of Twitch isn't as built as it could be. So overall, obviously I'm not happy with these changes. It's just trying to put into words how these changes are going to affect the site, and how, like, it's two separate things, how it's going to affect the site and how it's going to affect people's income. I think if this stuff comes to fruition, they'll have another stream exodus. That's the thing, though, is that Twitch has this bullying power to make these changes. Even with whatever kind of changes they want to make, I think it would be hard to unanimously get everybody to YouTube gaming. YouTube gaming doesn't have to try to innovate, because YouTube is already this big platform and it makes its money being the biggest video platform. So it's nice that YouTube gaming has a space and live streaming has a space on YouTube, but it's just a matter of fact that it's smaller than Twitch and it doesn't come with the same culture. So it would be hard to see happen realistically, in my opinion. So I think we're stuck. Anytime somebody else tries to, I know Microsoft's Mixer has shut down. Facebook and YouTube just conjure a different type of audience. And I'm a believer in that too. Like, I like the Twitch culture. I multi-stream to Twitch and YouTube, but I like putting my focus into Twitch because I like the people that I talk to on Twitch. And while I do have the benefit of appearing on YouTube, it's still smaller. YouTube gaming is still smaller than Twitch. The Twitch's exposure is bad. YouTube's is a little bit better. but at the end of the day, you're not going to grow through Twitch alone. So there's a lot of things to think about. I don't think I have a point other than to analyze these. The push for ads is going to make the user and streamer experience worse, but at the top level, I think there won't be a lot, if they do it right, there won't be a lot that harms the streamer, the 1% streamer. But I think that's more for them to discuss, you know, because I don't know the ins and out of how much money they make, where it comes from, things like that. But that's about it. Almost done. This is a marathon. I like this. Yakuza 8 gets small development update from Ryu ga Gotoku studio head. During a live stream from Nico Nico Chokaigi in Japan, the new Ryu ga Gotoku studio head Masayoshi Yokoyama provided a small development update on the next Yakuza game. Patreon has at least managed to band-aid the YouTube monetization problem. Twitch needs something like that. Well, again, smaller streamers already make most of their income through donations, and donations are handled outside of Twitch anyway. There's Patreon, there's Ko-fi, and there is Streamlabs, which is built into PayPal. So all that stuff is already handled outside of Twitch. It's just a matter of pushing for it. And again, everybody's goals for live streaming are a little bit different. So it just depends on where your priorities are. There is an avenue to monetize at any stage of your channel. But you need to cater to each size. Yokoyama-san mentioned that the development is progressing steadily, and the writing team is currently working on the climax of the story, while some of the actors have already started recording. While he can't say when the game will be released yet, he also mentioned more information will likely come this year. He also confirmed, as he said a while ago, that the studio is working on more than one game, even if not all projects are actually ever announced. In a previous interview, he mentioned that the title Yakuza 8 is tentative, and he hasn't confirmed the official title yet. We also already know that the main hero will still be Ichiban Kasuga, who debuted in Yakuza 7, titled in the West, Yakuza Like a Dragon. Alright, so just the new games in development. Join us for an exciting reveal for new gameplay info, monsters, and more in the next Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak digital event. Did this not come out yet? I remember seeing videos for Sunbreak a while ago. I thought Capcom released updates for Monster Hunter pretty consistently. More details here. Coming June. Okay, it's coming in the summer. Alright, so that will be May 10th. Nice. This game I think I saw before. Doesn't this have Max Mofo in it? Maximilian? Wrong Max. Max Fighter. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank. Sunbreak is Rise's version of Iceborne. Ooh, interesting. Bofa what? Maybe, I don't know if this is the game I'm thinking of. This is a River City. Okay, I knew those character sprites looked familiar. But it's been so long that this is probably just a completely different project. River City Saga 3 Kingdoms. Have they been making River City sequels and I just haven't known about it? River City game. River City Ransom. How many River City games are there? There are 7 games. Jeez. There's ports, legacy, I guess just ports. Okay, let's see. This looks interesting. I haven't really been into too many beat 'em ups, so I will pass. Final Fantasy 16 in final stages of development. That's a headline I can get behind. Naoki Yoshida offers a small update on Final Fantasy 16 in its final stages of development, according to translated comments Yoshida made in UT Magazine. Yoshi-P also offered some insight into the development philosophy of FF16, insight that seems tailored to appeal to any kind of player who might finally remember the past Final Fantasy games, but really only buys the retro t-shirts now. Unlike an online game that involved many players at the same time, Final Fantasy 16 offers a different experience where it focuses on the individual player and immerses you in the story, Yoshida said. I think it's a very fleshed out story for those who have grown up and realized that reality isn't kind to you and have drifted away from Final Fantasy. We hope that 16 will be a game that can bring back anew the passion you once had for the series. I didn't realize Yoshi-P was working on this. So I have always wanted to get into Final Fantasy 14 because I hear it has a really good story, but I just can't get into MMOs for multiple reasons. So seeing Yoshi-P work on Final Fantasy 16 as the kind of story writer, even though I'm not interested in the gameplay direction it's going in because it's more action focused, I'm really interested in how this will be received because so far I've got no red flags. It looks interesting. Let's get that modern depression into my video games. That's the only way. Gotta let it all out somehow, you know? Couldn't get enough confirmation to actually write a post about it, but hearing a decent amount of chatter about WB Discovery shopping their game development studios around. Interested parties include EA, Take-Two wants to sell studio and license IPs. May 2021, the Warner Brothers board announced that Warner Brothers Games Company will be split into 2 parts, and another will be sold in the coming months. Interesting. Honestly, 14 can be played pretty much solo. It's more of a single-player game with MMO on the side. Yeah, I mean, I could go into detail another time, but it's a lot of reasons why I can't get into it. I've even played the free trial, the free demo, up to... I didn't even do all the content in it, so I could revisit it at some point. But it's just not in a format that I can digest and enjoy. That's all. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order 2 reportedly out 2023 for PS5, Series X, and PC. Respawn Entertainment's previously confirmed a sequel to Fallen Order 2023. Who claimed publisher EA and Respawn had initially been aiming to launch the Fallen Order sequel later this year, but those plans have since changed. This later than planned release date, combined with the decision to drop support for 4 and Xbox One, means they won't have to worry about straddling the lines of generations. It makes it easier to just disassociate yourself with those millions of PS4 and Xbox Ones out in the world when you are in 2023. And you're going to have several months making it easier to get an Xbox Series X. Probably a few months before now. And then when it's actually okay to get a PS5. So despite being EA, I begrudgingly want to try the first Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order because it looked like a fun, simple, challenging single-player experience without any kind of BS that EA is known for. So I would love to give this first game a try, and this article is strictly saying that they're dropping last gen, going just for current gen. So I am in favor. You got to do it sometime. I can't get mad. It makes development easier. It makes priorities easier. Hopefully it'll be as good as the first game without any kind of BS involvement from EA. So Fallen Order is really good. Yeah, I'm interested in trying it at some point. I know the first game has a PS5 re-release, so I'll be able to play it on my PS5. And that's everything. So thank you again, as always, for sharing gaming articles. I have a lot of fun doing this. I'm exposed to a lot of things I wouldn't normally. And because I missed last week, there was a lot to go over, so it was good. It always ends up that these games are in spite of EA. Physical copies. Yeah, physical copies are cheap too. Yep. But the Discord link will be in chat. It'll be also in the description once this goes onto YouTube. And we will swap over and play a little bit of Pokemon Colosseum. Alright, we need to admire my Entei. Because I haven't seen it since I caught it. Well, I did bombard you since I missed a few weeks of news. Well, I also missed last week. So that tends to happen. Question mark in nature. I guess you have to, do you have to purify them to get a nature? That's kind of crazy too. I didn't know that. Well, Entei is gonna stay in the box. I just caught it for my pride. And my pride still might be shattered, but I do have an Entei now. I have to bring the time flute back to a gate forest. Yeah, we're gonna do a couple hours of Pokemon. And then I'm driving over to my retro store to sell some games and get... I think I want to use this trade-in money to get a Sega Saturn, if they have one there. That's one of the last important retro consoles I need to get. So I could get the console, a game, a controller, and then I gotta buy all my post stuff to make the picture look better. I remember that new 3DS game that was being released. Apparently it's garbage, takes 15 minutes to beat. Oh boy. Well, it has the benefit of being one of the last 3DS games still. I feel like it's going to be... The Dreamcast still gets game releases, so maybe the 3DS will follow in that. Alright, I wanted to go see Celebi first, but I guess I'll pay the old man a visit. But I'll let you know what I pick up once I get back. So Vander conferred the time flute upon you. Then what are you waiting for? Depart for the Relic Forest and summon Celebi at once. Wonder what'll happen. I find it quite exciting. May have the number of your PD thing. Oh. I guess we'll pay a visit to the forest anyway. I was really mad last stream because Shadow Pokemon can't level up, right? So I went into the Relic Forest, beat all the bad guys, and then it's like, Celebi is the key to purifying your Pokemon. But you need the Time Flute in order to summon Celebi. So I took that as, I need to go get the Time Flute, and then I can purify. But no, you can just come back here and purify before that using this, like, stone statue. And I was so upset because you pretty much need to do it in order to get in good standing to beat this one dude. Wait, am I not in the right place? Someone who paid 70 bucks for the collectors said it's 2 fights and then you unlock a character, same 2 fights and you unlock a third, and then redo the 2 fights and you're done. Ugh. So it's a scam, basically. Can I use the flute here? Should be key items, yeah. Why is the flute not here? Is it a held item too? Time flute. Marvelous flute that can summon Celebi. Can't be used now. Do I talk to the dude outside of the forest? I thought we were just going to trigger a cutscene and move on, but apparently not. Isn't that the time? Okay, so I had to talk to you out here. That's annoying. But I've heard that you can call Celebi only once. I'd be careful using the time flute if I were you. So what's the plan? I'm so confused. He said to go back into the forest. Did I need to talk to him and then go in the forest? So what did you say after I talked to you? You're like, oh, I can't wait. Go to the forest. It would be useful if one could summon Celebi whenever one desired, but of course that isn't possible. Luckily, as it is inscribed on the small tablet, the relic in the relic forest is imbued with Celebi's power. Okay. No, thanks for the warning. I don't know where to go anymore. Do I need to summon Celebi to progress the story? Because I know the time flute only works once. Alright, this doesn't trigger a cutscene now. So, do I go back to Mount Battle? Was doing this pointless? No, I didn't want to talk to you again. Items, time flute, use. It cannot be used now. I am gonna go back to Mount Battle. There's this building that I guess is a lab. It's out in the middle of the desert. Did you know? I think it's worth a look. There's a shady atmosphere about it. Can I go there now? Mysterious lab. Okay. Maybe this is the way forward. So maybe the Celebi side thing just wasn't important. Mirror peon nabbed. Hey, this is Duking. We just nabbed a pair of goons. We think take orders from Mirror B. They may be worth squeezing for some intelligence. The police have them in jail, so come to Pyrite in a hurry. There's a key slot. That certainly won't work. Alright, back to Pyrite Town. Have you started any more 3DS games yet, Big B? I actually put some more time into Monarch, and I still don't know how I feel about it. It definitely feels like there wasn't a great budget put in, or they weren't as familiar with new hardware. It's interesting. I really like the character portraits in it and the art style, but it doesn't look well in the 3D parts of it. It looks very simple and flat. The combat itself is also kind of interesting. Or not. There's some good ideas. I don't know, I'm still kind of early before I want to talk about it. What do you mean? You know what's going on. Alright, what about you? They said there'll be some new prisoners, so they split me and Folly up. But you know, the guy in the next cell, his voices sound familiar. I guess I'm just letting them out. Ooh, let me know how Triple Deluxe is. 7th Dragon 3, I've never heard of that. Oops, I looked up too. 7th Dragon 3. This was developed by Sega. What kind of game? Turn-based, tactical. Reminds me of, the character models remind me of the Final Fantasy 3D games, the earlier ones. I think it's like 3 and 4 DS. Looks interesting. Yeah, I want to play Kirby Triple Deluxe and I want to play Kirby Robobot. There's a key of some sort on her belt. Is this the elevator? We were collared when we tried to sneak back down to the under. I think I know where this goes. There was an elevator up north here. Triple Deluxe is good. I'm enjoying it so far. Nice. That's good to hear. I heard both Triple Deluxe and Robobot were good. I think it would be this elevator. Too bad it's off limits, I gotta turn around. What's up, Rat Bones? I need to get more Slugma and Altaria, or Swablu, because now they can evolve. 7th Dragon is a dungeon crawler, kind of like Etrian Odyssey. Ugh. Except it's third person and no map creating. Etrian Odyssey is a trigger word for me. I did not like the SMT games that take after Etrian Odyssey and the Persona Q games. I do not. Let me try Mirror Move. Wait, can I Mirror Move Meganiums? Wouldn't that be cool to get 2 Razor Leafs in a row? I can't wait until... Oh, it is gonna happen. Oh, no, it didn't. It must work weird in doubles in Gen 3. Because I thought it would copy the last move used. I'm just waiting to get another grass-type move that isn't Razor Leaf. It has the party building of Etrian Odyssey, but more traditional dungeon crawling like SMT3. Okay, that's a little better in my book. The most tedious dungeon crawling I'll enjoy and subject myself to is like Persona 3's Tartarus. Because it's repetitive, but I mean the combat's fun, so the game is fun. But like Strange Journey's combat and Persona Q's combat, mostly Strange Journey's combat was a bit of a letdown. Like, the press turn system has been a really important part of games post SMT3. But the press turn system has typically given you more options and more flexibility. And in Strange Journey, it's limiting rather than than giving you options. Like, you have to use specific alignments to get combo damage out. And that just, like, made it more stale. There's no, like, passing, skipping turns and all that. Come on, I already battled you. Oh, I thought he had just one Pokemon for a minute. I forgot it. Don't mind me. Also, by the way, I think I'm going to start working on my next YouTube video definitely by next week, because that's the start of the next month. I have the script. I will probably just spend the first week recording the voice over and then just start the editing process. I feel like they're both going to go for... Maybe not. How much? You both went for Swablu. You're crazy. I was going to set up a sunny day and then use Synthesis. Let's do that. Probably just going to do the same thing. I guess every turn they're going to fly. Well, that's fun. I should have just used Fly myself. Okay, now I Body Slam. I need a good move on Swablu. I just don't have a good attack. I do have an Ampharos. I feel like that's a simple answer. Static? Nope. Why are they going for the Ampharos slot? The flying is super effective against grass, so Meganium's just chilling. Let me do this. Let me Body Slam Talo, Thunderbolt Noctowl. Are we getting strategy here? That was a good endeavor. But Ampharos should be faster because of the static. So it's in the bag. Oh, I really thought that would one-shot. Apparently Meganium is faster than Ampharos anyway. I know Mega Meganium I think gets a speed drop once it Mega evolves. But Ampharos isn't very competitively viable, so I didn't bother to remember the stats. Ooh, this is big. That's 65, whereas Confusion is 50. I think I'll have to put XP share on Swablu instead. I'm gonna do that now. Looks like I don't need to. Well, to get better moves, I need to. I should be getting Dragon Dance, which would be great. Because I don't have any setup moves on my Pokemon yet. Look at the fluffy baby. Dragon Breath, let's do it. Dragon Breath I think is base 40. No, it's different. Base 60. Counters an attack with the same move. So I guess the opponent has to hit me, and then Mirror Move comes out. Can you learn Dragon Dance in the same turn? Same level? Nope. That's alright. Oops, not exit. Items. Actually, party. Because I gotta remove it. Items. Deposit. Items, give. XP share. And then I can put... Maybe... No, let me give it the slug mode this time. Items. Deposit. Items, give. I don't even know what he has. Quick Claw. I'll give you Quick Claw for now. Okay, that's good. And then I can heal and keep this lead. Going down. I hope they don't just okay. This looks different. I was hoping they didn't reuse the cave. It looks different. Oh, this is a town. I love this. I thought this was gonna be like a dungeon area. It's cool that Pokemon Colosseum's got this grime to it, to its aesthetic. Grunge and grime, a little bit of both. Like, what even, I guess Aerial Ace is the only other flying type move I might ever learn. I need a normal type attack too. Maybe I can get return on something. Oh no. Oh, that hits both targets. Did I think it lowers special defense? No, it didn't do anything. Body slam and fly. Please do a lot. I want to see the fruits of the evolution. I think that said it was a crit. I missed the text. Ugh, you might have cute charm too. Sorry, we break free. Love can't hold us. Ooh, okay. I think I'll continue to body slam. Let me see what Dragon's Breath does, damage-wise. It's gotta be special. Wow, okay, good damage. Maybe I should have doubled down. It's okay, stakes are low. Terry is fast now, too. I should check its base speed. Base speed is 80, which is pretty good. Imagine with Dragon Dance, too. I can't wait till my boy Slugma gets a little bit better. Yeah, don't judge by appearance. Which drink would you like? None, I'm good. That is a lovely trumpet. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's time for the Undertime again today. Without further ado, let's bring out someone special we've been waiting for. Lady Venus, please. Hi everyone, it's me, your Venus, everyone's Venus. That's me. I have something terribly important to share with you today. It's horrid. There are spies right here in the Under. Can you imagine? We don't really know all the details, but if you see anyone suspicious, please let us know. Everyone, please, I'm counting on you. We need to get lots of information for us. I wonder who that could be. You're right, you don't look like spies to me. Nice, easy. Love it. Alright, what can I buy here? Can I buy Pokeballs? Full restore TMs. Ooh. A vicious snow and wind attack that may freeze the foe. Powerful, but needs to recharge next turn. Is that Solar Beam? I like how I have to guess. Creates a wall of light that lowers special attack damage. Negates all damage when we failed, so that's Protect. Prevents status abnormalities with a mystic power. I wish I had more money. But wait. I'm gonna sell... Can I sell the time flute? I feel like I could, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna sell this stuff. I'll sell one more. Oh, no, I don't have one more. I think powerful but needs a recharge. Is it Hyper Beam or is it Solar Beam? Because I want Solar Beam. TM15, Pokemon. Colosseum. Colosseum TMs. 15 is Hyper Beam. I don't want Hyper Beam. 14 is Blizzard. That would be nice. Blizzard's a really good attack. So I want Blizzard. I want Protect. What's 20? Safeguard. I want Blizzard. I think that's good. Who would I give it to? I have Protect and I have Blizzard now. Can anybody learn Blizzard in my team? Toxic would be great to teach. Blizzard. Not able, not able. It would just be Quagsire. Let me check Quagsire's stats. Special attack 60. Attack is 68. But that should be special. No, ground should be physical. I want to keep Amnesia. I don't know. I kind of like where Quagsire is at. I need to... No, we're good. No Blizzard yet. So Toxic and Protect would have to be, I guess, Meganium. It would be Sunny Day. I could get rid of Sunny Day. It would be Synthesis. Here, let me I changed my mind. Item. Deposit. Item. Give. Do I have anything that increases fire type moves? So I'll give you Quick Claw. I can give you the spoon. I want to switch, because Sunny Day with you would be great. So it would be Sunny Day, Synthesis, Toxic, Protect would be Meganium Strat. Sunny Day would also help Slugma out. And then I have Quagsire as like a hot swap if things get bad. And Altaria takes care of my weakness to ground, because it's like weak to ground, resists, or null. So I kind of got a good thing going. But I would like Solar Beam also. So maybe I would do Sunny Day, Synthesis, Solar Beam, Toxic. Because instead of Protect, that kind of like defeats the purpose. Sunny Day, Synthesis, Solar Beam, Toxic. So when does Meganium learn Solar Beam? What, its quiet nature? Not that I can change it, but just curious. Quiet nature is increased stat special attack. That's great. Decreased stat speed. Okay, so this is a pretty good Meganium. Just trying to get myself a Sun team. Alright, what was the other thing? Solar Beam on Meganium for Colosseum. Solar Beam is at level 61. So we got ways to go. But I think I would keep Meganium then. Otherwise, Body Slam, Light Screen, Safeguard, Solar Beam. I don't think there's any other good moves that Meganium would get. And then I would give Slugma Protect. Get rid of Body Slam. Steel Wing Snatch. Okay, let me look at Slugma. Flame Body is great. Brave means better attack, lower defense, I think. You also have Sunny Day. Rock Throw is only 50 damage. Flamethrower is amazing. I'll keep everything for now, but I might give him Protect. I gotta see what moves he's gonna learn later down the road. So, good held item, good held item. You need better attacks. So fighting, rock, poison. Spell tags, raise the power of ghost type moves. I don't know what item you have. I don't think it's a good one. Silk Scarf. You have a good item. I don't think I have anything to boost electricity. This is good for now. I think I got a good team so far. I don't know. I like single player Pokemon because I can just use Pokemon I think that are fun. You have operating discs, right? Say yes. Let's see. Select the UFO disc, please. This? Okay, let me come back to that. What's the holdup? Should be here by now. I love the neon lights. The Siphon admin named Dakium was beaten down. As the second admin to go down after Mirror B, the enemy must be pretty strong. Hyper potions. I think everybody's full health. Oh, not really. We're good though. That's a lot of money. I'm very broke right now. Oh, I should have saved. I'm very disappointed. The spies haven't been caught yet. Can you imagine? Everyone, please, I'm counting on you for more cooperation. Okay, let me save. This should be the second floor. The winner of a Colosseum challenge gets to meet Lady Venus in person and receive a shadow Pokemon. Before that, I'll test the opposition, starting with you. It's gonna be a while before you're a threat. I hate to say it. I should have just hit Feebas. I think Feebas actually has an attack. Oh, no. Does not. It's a shame. I guess Meganium doesn't get Leech Seed. I wonder what Meganium's secondary ability is. I think it's the one that doubles your speed in sunlight is the hidden ability. As far as like modern Meganium goes, Chlorophyll? No, Leaf Guard. Leaf Guard's better for Meganium because it's tankier. I look away for 1 second and there's a Whale Lord. With a lot of health. Yeah, and if I give Slugma Protect, I can do Toxic, Synthesis, Protect, and cycle between the two. I can protect if there's an earthquake or a surf coming. I gotta check what nature Slugma is. And I also have Reflect that I could... Oh, and Flame Body. There's helpful. A lot of helpful things. It's just 4 times weakness to a lot... to ground and to water. Oh, it's already toxic. What am I doing? Quick Claw. Okay, so this game doesn't tell you when Quick Claw activates. Because Waterfall is going to do peanut damage now. I feel like that did more than before. I guess I can get rid of Yawn on Slugma, because Quagsire has Yawn, and Meganium has Toxic now. I'm gonna do that now. Let's do items, no, TMs. Protect. Sunny Day, Yawn. I can get rid of Yawn. Maybe I can get rid of Sunny Day later. Well, I could also teach Meganium another move and have Slugma set up Sunny Day. Just Slugma, again, has 2 4x weaknesses. Oh sheesh, what should I do? I have to make a delivery, but I'm still not done cleaning. Power up part. Just tell Net that it's from Pear. He'll tell you the details. Net's house is the one with the big rotating antenna dish. Is that down here? Or was that up in the town? Oh, it's NASCAR. Well, a couple of mice appeared to be running loose NASCAR, but it's nothing to worry about. We'll catch them right away, pulverize, and mash them up. Fine, the priority is to distribute shadow Pokemon. Don't forget. As for you, Ein, hurry. Complete the shadow Pokemon's development as soon as possible. I love that horn. Alright, now I gotta pay my $1,000 sleeping fee. No, I can make it wait. I think it's this area up here. Are you Net? Can't I guess the rotating dish is the one below, not on top of the building. Is this a trap? Feels like a trap. What's up, kid? Ned is a genius. He's been gathering all sorts of data on those crooks. Better explain. A little while ago, we somehow lost access to the kids grid. We think it's caused by a jamming signal that's interfering with the kids grid. It's probably Venus's doing. But this power-up part you delivered will let me boost up our equipment. When we get to the kids grid back up, we'll try to hack their computers for useful data. No, nothing, no reason to be back there. Oh, there's another door. Alright, what do I do now? Do I just leave? May I have your PDA number? We'll contact you just as soon as we discover anything. Who, me? Look over there, in front of the elevator. We've finally found a spy. This elevator? Oh, the elevator. Where are you taking him? I could not possibly be a spy. Would a spy challenge you to a friendly Pokemon battle? Ooh, I like this matchup. Spinnerack? Aww. Huh. Guess I'll Toxic and I'll Flamethrower. One should one-hit KO. I feel like this isn't a bad idea. Maybe a bad idea, but we'll see. That's one toasty Spinnerack. Alright, I'm gonna Sunny Day, I'm gonna Flamethrower Volbeat. And then after this, I just have to wait out the Toxic. So long as I get this Flamethrower out. Could you believe it used to be 50% confusion rate? Until, like, I think Gen 6. It was like that for a while. It might even be Gen 7. Now, they went from 50 to 33. So it was a mess, dude, when you had Thunderwave and Confusion. It's a little late for a Safeguard. That doesn't get rid of your poison. I see what we're doing here. Come on. Yeah, breakthrough. Super dead. Alright, I'm just gonna call that poison tick again. And then start throwing Pokeballs. Because this is gonna get bad quick. Maybe not my best decision to Toxic. I got this though. Right? You want to stay in the Pokeball? There we go. Do I have to battle the person standing right next to her? Oh, there is another. Back to back. Run it back. Also, more things weak to fire. I'm just hoping for Quick Claw in this case. I'm not sure what the chances of Quick Claw going off are. Let's see. Quick Claw. Pokemon. Quick Claw gives the holder, let's see, Gen 3 onward, 20% chance of going first. Well, no Quick Claw. Not my lucky 20% chance. But I have a Twisted Spoon Psy Beam Espeon now. Oh, there's the other one. I think they have abilities that are only good when they're together. Like Plusle and Minun do. Meganium's not doing much this turn. This is when Body Slam would be helpful, but I think late game I made the right choice. I should have just used Protect with Slugma. I forgot I put it on. Because they would have wasted turns trying to hit him. You live and you learn. Nobody wants to hit Meganium. I don't get it. I wonder if I can get Leftovers through the main playthrough. Is Leftovers in this gen? Leftovers, Pokemon. Leftovers, I think it was Gen 4. Introduced in Gen 2. Okay. I wonder where Leftovers is in Colosseum. Leftovers, Pokemon, Colosseum, and hopefully I don't get any spoilers. Let's do Razor Leaf and Dragon Breath. A Poke Coupon. These are obtained in scenario mode, but predominantly in battle mode for winning battles. Okay, so I gotta do it within the cups. Makes sense. A later game item. Ooh, lucky crit. I think that mattered. Wait, can I still not get in? What do I do now? Just like shout from over here? Wait, how do I let him out? Door is locked. It doesn't say do you want to unlock it either. I'm gonna get robbed while I'm asleep, aren't I? In this shady town. Nope, we're good. I don't think Pokemon would be the one to do that. Alright, how do I let this person out of jail? Do I talk to the ones who were like, oh hey, there's a spy? Or she's just wrongfully imprisoned forever. No, you guys are saying the same thing. Do you talk? Do you talk? Do you say anything different? I'll get you out. I just don't know how. Maybe by leaving you alone, I'll get you out. You know, you might find your own way. Who am I to help you when you know what you're doing? All systems set for travel. Please board now. Oh, do I need you? I feel like things might get bad if you fell off. Oh, there's another chest over there. Whoa! That's disgusting. What is in there? Energy powder, energy root, revival herb. I never understood those kind of items. Like, you could just not buy them stuff that tastes bad. Alright, well, that person's just stuck in jail wrongfully. Nothing I can do about it. Thanks for watching to the end. Consider subscribing to the channel for more videos like this, and subscribe to the second channel for live stream uploads. I live stream on Twitch, and I also have a Discord. If you really like my content, please consider sending a tip on Ko-fi. All tips go back into my content by purchasing games for future videos or live streams. Links to all of these platforms can be found in the description below.